MGM fan, welcome back to Value Vibes Podcast, where we talk about Solana NFTs, the drama, the love, and the vibes with your host, Solinvestor, Zircon, and myself, Phil X Contreras, where we are going to talk about the crazy news with the gods and what just happened with y00ts, the new leaders in Solana, and much more. What's up, guys? What's up, Solinvestor? How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, no, I think it's been surprising. Markets actually pumped during Christmas. I thought we were going to get a dip because no one's going to be trading, but it seems like the opposite happened. We've been seeing volume really, really flow in extremely well, all the way from the 24th till today. I don't see this stopping until next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good.
Zircon, what's going on, man? How you doing from down there?
I'm really, really happy now that I am at my first week as an Polygon NFT trader. No, jokes aside, jokes aside, I'm really surprised of everything that happened with the gods, Frank, and y00ts. We're gonna discuss that later. But I'm actually really, really surprised. Well, we discussed this before that someone was gonna just take the leadership and continue building and stuff, and we've seen some serious stuff coming from HGE and SOL, Sol Portom, about who's gonna be the number one on at least leadership, because we will discuss which collection is gonna be the number one. But I think with Frank moving to Ethereum, we'll need a new, like, visible face for Solana, and I really hyped about which one of them is gonna be that guy. We talked about how Sol Portom was the one before Frank, and I want to see if he's gonna go back to that, or if he's gonna let someone else do the face thing for Solana.
Right. Yeah. We're definitely gonna have some healthy debates in here. I don't think everyone's gonna agree with what just happened. But that's what it's all about. So let's
Yeah.
get on with the hot takes. Frank the Gods and the move to Ethereum with the gods. We all kind of knew that was gonna happen, but the big surprising news was y00ts moving to Polygon. Solinvestor, lay it down. Put on those gloves. What's going on here?
Oh man, look, Degod's going to Ethereum. It was expected. We know that. They'll possibly do well in Ethereum. It's really hard to say because the competition's a lot higher there. y00ts going to Polygon. What is that? How does that make sense? Right? I get that Degods is shifting because they are looking for something. Well, what they're doing is more short-term thinking, in my opinion, where they're basically going after a market that has a lot more volume, which is Ethereum. And that makes sense because currently they're like 50% of Solana's daily volume. So they can't really grow much further. We even saw that with Boryoku Dragons sometime last year when Boryoku Dragons first came out. They hit a flow of like 400 SOL or something crazy like that. But the market wasn't big enough to sustain such high flow prices. So then it started going back down. Uh, with the gods, we've seen that the max can hit is around 600 SOL before coming back down because the market just can't sustain it. Uh, them moving to Ethereum makes sense. I do think SOL will eventually get this sort of volume, but it just doesn't right now. As for Polygon, I mean, who is trading on Polygon? How do you trade on Polygon? I don't know how to do this. How does this work?
So are you do you think let's stick with the gods. Let's just go with the gods and then we'll move on to y00ts. What do you, so overall with the gods, do you think it's a good idea of this move?
No, I don't. Um, I understand things might be a little bit more stagnant for a little while. I think DeGods holders do understand that right now the volume just isn't there to hit the new highs. Uh, but switching to Ethereum, I mean, I just have so many questions, right? one, if they can't perform on Ethereum, if they can't be one of the top projects, are they going to come back to Sol? Are we going to accept them back? The other thing is, how is this going to work? Because look, the thing is with Ethereum, you can't do a lot of the stuff you can do on Sol, right? You can't, for example, create a really seamless staking system, a really seamless raffle system. These are all sort of perks that DeGods offers, which won't really run as well on Ethereum. So I don't really understand what they have planned for this. They also have like a bunch of other projects, like the DeGods scholarship thing, which Teos is currently using. Are you going to shift that to Ethereum? I mean, they already built it on Sol, so it's not like Sol projects are going to be using a system that's now moved to Ethereum. Oh, I just have so many questions. On top of that, like the contract is on the Solana blockchain. Like, how is this going to? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm so confused. I can't wait for HGE to just wormhole all of these DeGods back to Solana. That's really what I'm thinking about.
So there we have with Solinvestor's take on the gods, and we'll move to y00ts very soon. Zircon, what do you think of this on this whole move? Now, the first thing I want to show before you get on to this is basically how the market cap looks like with all the Solana NFT. You have Solana Monkey Business, ABCs, OK Bears. You have all these small NFTs right here on the right side, and pretty much the gods brand and y00ts control half the market. Well, I mean, more, you could say, half the market. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Look at this right here: y00ts, the gods, and tubes. So Zircon, looking at this, like, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really like the bridging stuff of any. I'm not just talking about the gods. I don't like it in general. I see what they are trying to do. That doesn't mean I like it or I'm on the same page as them. I mean, what they're trying to do basically is make a crypto brand with no chains attached to it. If you see it carefully, because they are picking Polygon, that, I mean, it has potential. Many brands have picked Polygon, like Starbucks. We have seen Starbucks, Adidas, and many others. And Ethereum is the top one on volume and on money, because we could discuss it or not. We could like it or not, but we have to agree that Ethereum has more money. Maybe not the amount of transactions, but more money than Solana, definitely. So they are looking for something big for their number one collection. I see them contesting for the maybe number 3-4 spot on Ethereum. I don't see them flipping Yuga Labs or CryptoPunks, but they can go for the number 3 maybe, contesting Azuki and those kinds of Ethereum projects. But I don't like it at all. I mean, they build their whole brand through Solana. They I don't want to say that they they are in depth with the Solana people, but kinda, because they're where Frank is what he is because of Solana and because of the Solana folks. So it's kind of, I don't want to say treason, but it's kind of a traitor. And I will see. I want to see what happens now. But I mean, talking in terms of business, I think maybe it's the right call right now. Maybe Solana is not in the best shape right now. I don't know. Frank also said that risks, something like risk are the ones you take, and this is definitely a risky move. So we'll see. Time's gonna speak about this. I don't see Frank coming back to Solana at all. I mean, if he decided to move to Ethereum, I don't. He's gonna die on his own decision. He's not gonna come back just because the gods do bad. Let's say the gods go to top 30 on Ethereum. I don't see a Frank coming back to Solana.
Man, some hot takes from Solinvestor and Zircon on right here. Yeah. I got my own opinion here. We're gonna move to y00ts very soon, But with the whole the gods move to OpenSea with I'm not OpenSea, Ethereum, Ethereum, I think I saw it coming. It was talked about for 4 months.
Yeah.
I had about like 4 or 5 months on digesting this, whether I was gonna sell my the gods or not. And I decided to just keep it, because for me, I basically was investing in the founder, Frank, and he's someone who has been taking risks ever since from the beginning of Solana in 2022. And I from what I think ideologically, he has already beaten out the competition in Solana. He basically took out everyone by market cap. I think 2023 would have been maybe a little bit of a different competition with ABC and HGE.SOL coming in. I think that probably would have helped them build up the competition. But we're just thinking if that could actually happen. But I think at this point, the gods need some healthy competition, and they don't have it. Like if I want to go, if I'm going to train for the Olympics, I'm gonna go train with the best athletes. If I'm gonna train in the boxing arena with in let's say in the Trump Taj Mahal place, I'm gonna go train with the best boxers in order to get to number one. I can't train with a level of a chain to where it's not going to help me push to that level. I guess that's been Frank's whole ideology for a while. Now, he has gone back and forth. I mean, I do agree on that. Like he's been talking back and forth on this issue, and he's changed his mind on this. But that's what he's been ever since from the beginning. I mean, 33.33% rule. That quickly went away after a month. That went horribly wrong. But I'm actually the gods part is not really what got me more interested. I'm actually less interested in that. I'm more interested in the y00ts part. Solinvestor, I know you're itching right now to talk about the y00ts move. Well, I just for that I got the collections right here, the popular collections, so you can go ahead and take on it. Let it rip.
Oh, look, I'm just going to say overall, just to touch on Degods before we move on to y00ts. One thing that excites me, and this is super exciting, I've been priced out of Degods, and I wouldn't enter it because, buying it at 400, I don't think it's going to 2x, right? But now with Degods moving, I am super excited, and we can touch on a bunch of these other projects later. But it really gives a lot of projects room to actually grow, and that's going to be super interesting. But man, y00ts to Polygon. Look, I'm of two minds about this. On one hand, who is trading on Polygon, right? Like, I don't know anyone. I know a couple of people who have been trading these Trump cards. I know a couple of people who do hold the token when Sandbox initially moved to Polygon. Some of them were playing around with that, but I mean, there's not really the amount of traders on Polygon as they are on Solana. So to me, I get him moving to Ethereum with Degods because they have the traders, they have the volume, etc. This is one move I don't understand. But one thing I will say, Polygon is clearly sort of paying a lot of these brands to enter their NFT ecosystem. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing that with y00ts. And just to add on that, there's this whole idea of following the smart money. Does this mean, is this like the start of Polygon creating something super special? Because I'm sure, if you were a creator and if you wanted to join the Solana blockchain around September last year, I mean, people think you're crazy, right? We weren't nearly as big as Ethereum, right? So is this like Polygon's beginning? And that's really what I'm curious about. Look, he wouldn't make this move unless he knew something that we don't. So rather than picking up some y00ts, I'm actually looking at picking up some Polygon. and adding it back to my portfolio.
Interesting take, Zircon. What do you say about this move from y00ts to Polygon Matic?
Yeah. For me, this is definitely a money move. And I have a couple of things to say here. The first one is I think Polygon has the infrastructure and doesn't have the traders. That's what Polygon is seeing right now to be contesting even harder with Sol. I mean, Solana is outpacing Polygon in every single aspect because in terms of infrastructure, they're not that different. But in terms of traders, we have much more traders than Polygon. So they're missing this thing that is the most important thing in order to have some eyes on your blockchain. So this is definitely money related, and I'm really sure that this is what right now is happening on football with the Arabic Emirates buying like stars like Ronaldo and stuff like that, just to give like some extra eyes to the blockchain. That's what is happening right now. They're trying to like buy every single project that is doing well on Solana. I've heard that Jelly Rascals receive an offer as well from Polygon. They're trying to just buy and bridge collections that are already successful on other blockchains to the Matic blockchain, and that's really good as well for Solana, because that means that it's wrong. That's what to think, that if these guys are trying to just buy projects and move them to their blockchain, it's because we're doing things the right way.
But yeah, go ahead.
On blockchain collections, it's like in the worst time possible, and it's now or never that you are gonna get the money. And I think that's what's going on right now. I don't know if it's just money related. I don't think that Frank just moved because of the money. I think that would be stupid, like moving to a dead chain just because of the money. I think he knows. Sure.
I think you're breaking up, Zircon. So
about the future of Polygon, and we'll see.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, he's back. Yeah, so overall, while he's fixing up his lagging, this is my take on this whole y00ts thing that's going on. Yeah, we can hear you, Zircon. So basically, I believe this move could potentially be either very successful or go horribly wrong. Now, if I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to be in Terra NFTs, like big time. Like I was
what?
I was a big player in Terra NFTs, and I was there from the beginning. I was trading Rekt Wolves. I was trading Galactic Punks and a couple of other ones. These mutant spaces, and at that time they were using Excel sheets to basically get the rarity and traits and everything. But at that beginning phase, it was nuts. That whoever was there first had basically the move. They had control. So you had these people, like random people building out things, and they were just already helping other people incubate into Terra, and it was moving. Obviously, we all know what happened with the whole Terra system, but what Frank is doing, I'm visioning what happened in Terra. Like when Terra had a community, like it was a crazy community. They were growing up just like Solana NFTs when they were building out the community in 2021. Polygon, like if Frank gets in at this early stage when it was just building out, and he becomes that incubation platform for all these Polygon NFTs, which could be big brands as well, like huge collaborations with big brands like the Disneys, the Nikes, the Adidas. He could potentially control the market in Polygon per se, if it is successful. And if he does successfully do that, then he becomes a multi-chain powerhouse with the gods in Ethereum, y00ts on Polygon, and you have Dust Labs still on Solana, actually. And he can actually connect all those 3 dots somehow and push forward on this brand in different ways, which I can't even think about. But I think the big move is the y00ts part, not really the gods. The gods collection is going to be, finding some competition with Pudgy Penguins, which I was actually just looking up. But I do think y00ts, if it really does take that, like the magic eating aspect of it on Polygon, it could help succeed the gods. It could help succeed Dust Labs on Solana, and it could just really just push out everything for the gods to push the gods even higher to the base level if it all does work out. This is all just me just visualizing what he's trying to do on Polygon. I don't think he's just trying to put a brand, put an NFT project on Polygon. I think he's trying to take massive amounts of market share on Polygon, which then indirectly connects to Ethereum, which then indirectly connects to all of NFTs. And that's basically my hot take.
No, it's definitely super interesting to see this whole cross-chain stuff happening. We're just going to have to see how the Polygon chain grows, because look, y00ts can't sustain its current floor price purely on Polygon. Same issue Degods is having on Sol. I'm not against the whole ETH move for Degods going to ETH, because it's just a personal thing. I'm pretty much priced out, and I'm interested to see what other projects do. So it opens more innovation within the Solana space, and it causes a lot of these really hungry founders that want to be at the top. It's just going to push them even harder to want to innovate to get that top spot. But one thing I will say, I mean, if the whole idea here, because we're all here to make money, if the whole idea here is to follow smart money, I mean, we're seeing Frank move to Ethereum, and we're seeing HGE move to SOL.
Oh yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. So which spot money, which spot money would you rather follow? I think that's the question.
Oof. That's a nice one there. That's definitely a nice curveball. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm biased, I would say, because I do hold the y00ts and the gods, so. But many people sold the gods and y00ts during this time frame, but I still haven't. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, just to show you an example, Rekt Gang. Like I know this guy. I actually spoke to the founder like a month ago when he was curious about Aptos. He bought a y00ts. His whole project bought a y00ts. They have a community here. This community moved from Terra. It moved to Polygon, and they have people on here. They still have a community here, and all these guys literally are just Terra guys. Even the Hellcats. The Hellcats were a big project on Terra, and they had their own community, big project. And these guys they also moved to Polygon. So those are pretty much what I know of Polygon, not everything else, but I'll stop by and say hello one day. But yeah, so on to other topics. That was some crazy beef going on, but we have some stuff from Solinvestor. He basically talked about Cosmic Apes about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. And some interesting stuff's happened. Go ahead, Solinvestor. What you got for us?
Yeah, so Cosmic Apes is a project we've been talking about for maybe around 3 weeks. We call them at around 0.8. They went all the way to 2.2. So about 150% gain over there. They're currently prepping up for their new game release. And well, it's more of sort of an upgrade to their current game. And it's super interesting because their current founder, John, he just started talking about this project with a bunch of guys from Taiyo's. We saw the sweep happen, and he's made it clear that, look, he's here to stay. He's going to keep building this game up. He's going to hold that 1.5 Solana floor. I messaged him and I'm like, look, can we if this thing drops to 1, I'm going to pick up like 20 of them, because I mean, look, you just got to bet on founders. You got to bet on founders. They have the game coming out in about 2 to 3 weeks. A couple of months later, they have their whole rebrand happening, and we're really, really going to see this project getting pushed forward. We saw John release a tweet talking about sort of the market cap of this project, Cosmic Ape Crusaders. And he compared it to his Taiyo's bag. His Taiyo's bag is like 3 to 4 times the market cap of Cosmic Apes. And he's talking about how, look, I'm going to make this project a success, but, you know, if maybe it might not go as planned to a certain level, it doesn't go as high as I believe this should be valued, he could actually potentially sweep this to 20, 30 SOL floor very easily. I don't think that would be too necessary. I do think he's going to do a great job. He's put in over 200 hours in the past month and a half on this project. And I've been talking to a lot of the community members. A lot of them are from the Web2 space. A lot of them know him personally. These are the whales within his project. And they're also hyper successful businessmen. So we've already seen the 2x happen, the 2.5x happen. Right now, I sold off a few. I'm waiting for this to go back down. Hopefully pick up around 10 or 20 again at around 1 SOL. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe at the end of Q1, this thing's sitting above 10 SOL, but we'll just see how things play out. Last project we called at 1 SOL, that one went straight to 17 SOL. So it's not out of the realms.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so Zircon, you got something else? I know you wanted to talk about one other subject. We just went through Cosmic Apes. What else?
I don't remember what I was going to speak. Actually,
I believe.
Let me see. Oh yeah, the one that BNF called. I don't know. I was really surprised about this one.
Yeah,
I think it was yeah. It was this one. Let me see.
So while Zircon is looking through it, we're gonna go jump on to something else. Lunar. This was one project that we discussed about. Some of us traded it. I traded it back and forth. But it has officially gone through the pump. When we were talking about this, same thing. It was like around 4 to 5 Solana, and now it has reached to levels of 8 to 9. And I could pretty much say that I don't think it's going to come back down to 4 Solana anytime soon with what is going on with Lunar. It's right now at 3.36% with listing supply demand, and this could potentially probably move higher if some announcement comes in with the Lunar token or with the Lunar holiday. So I thought this thing was gonna drop significantly when those Lunar babies came out, because when it came out I sold my Lunar baby, but it only did a little bit of damage. It sustained itself, and it's gone back up to 8.9, and I was quite shocked with what the hell's going on here. So I'm kind of on the stiff side to where I wish I would have had more, but I don't know. We'll see. But Solinvestor, what do you think?
I have the same view. I mean, I thought this thing was going to go back down to 4 SOL after maybe even 4 or 5 SOL, maybe after the airdrop happened, sort of just somewhat revert and just put in a higher high. But I mean, this just isn't dropping. This isn't going down. And currently, I'm sort of just playing a time thing. So I'm not trying to time the bottom in terms of price per se. This is more of sort of a time thing, because we've been hypothesizing this for a while. Come Chinese New Year, that's when they're going to release their token.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the first week of January to pass, so the 7th or 8th day, and then I'm going to buy into Lunar. Whatever that price point is the price I'm buying at, because from there, a couple of days later, I assume they're going to start releasing some teasers, start building up some hype. I wouldn't be surprised if the open DAO somewhat gets that alpha earlier and then they start sweeping. So really, my plan is whatever. I'm not like I don't have like price levels marked out for this one. I just have somewhat of a time level marked out for this one, and that's really how I'm going to play it.
Yeah, Zircon, what do you think of this? Do you think this is going to happen in Lunar New Year?
Yeah,
Are we going to see some crazy shenanigans going on, some explosion?
It's most likely it's gonna be on same price. I don't see it moving much in the next coming weeks, and then all of a sudden we're gonna see a crazy pump.
It's so annoying.
Lunar New Year is January 22. So within less than 30 days, holy snap, less than 30 days, we could potentially see a Lunar token. And I'm sticking with that thesis that that you brought up, Solinvestor, on Lunar New Year. I think I'm kind of in agreement. I think Zircon is in kind of agreement that this is gonna happen, and I'm probably gonna load up around here. I'm probably gonna buy one more, somewhere around here. Maybe wait a little bit. We'll see, and then play my move sometime here. Although a little bit dangerous before that announcement, but yeah, I am gonna play a second hand on here.
I mean, I'll be ecstatic if these things can drop to like 6 SOL. I only see them hitting 4 SOL if we have another sort of crypto crash.
I didn't tell you.
What have you done? What are we looking
I didn't tell you, but so my whole plan and strategy, which maybe it did backfire, was I'm loaning out Lunars right now. I'm not Lunar, Solana to these holders, and I'm hoping one of them maybe defaults, which is probably not gonna happen. But either way, I'm only getting 10.10 SOL with 6 days. So I'm gonna get about 1 SOL where I probably could have bought a couple of them here, and maybe had a better gain potential than lending it out, especially during this whole Solana pump. But yeah, this is what I'm currently doing.
Has anyone ever defaulted on your loans yet? Because I know the default rate's like 6.
No.
Great strategy, Phil. Great strategy.
Yeah,
that's gonna happen. One day it's gonna happen.
When it happens, I'm gonna blow it out on Twitter.
We're never gonna hear the end of it.
Really cheap NFT.
But yeah, there you go.
I think Lunar is going to do really well. I'm also waiting for the Magic Eden 2% thing to come in. One thing I am concerned about is, will this thing actually drop? Because a majority of their holders are obviously from the open DAO. I think that's pretty evident with the listings. I think someone just bought 2 of them right now, and so listings dropped by 2 points. But yeah, I'm just curious to watch these. I don't really know if it's, what is that?
No, that's the unrevealed that got flagged and never unflagged.
Oh my god, is that 2023? I assume he thinks it's going to get sold at that point, or that's going to be price at that point.
This is probably HGE.SOL's. Maybe this is one of his NFTs he listed, and he's probably putting a hint out here. 2023.
Wait, who's Ishi?
Yeah.
No, I'm just putting a conspiracy out there. That's
Gotcha.
Yeah, someone put 2023 as like a token, the token day or something. But
Yeah, these things are gonna fly. These things are gonna fly, and it's gonna be so annoying if we
Yeah.
don't catch this. I mean, another thing
Yeah.
that flew is Teos, and
Yeah.
I played that one
Don't
like an
ever
idiot.
talk about Teos again to me. I'm so pissed.
Dude, I'm
A
so
3x
pissed as
on
well.
console doesn't happen every single day.
Dude, I paper hand these. Like I actually so scrap not doing well, and people so much panicking in their Discord. I sold these for like 24, 25
Oh,
SOL. And like a couple of days later, dude, first of all, I was fading myself since 4 SOL. I finally got it at 20. And then I faded myself on the pump because I remember saying that I think these are going to go between 35 and 40. That's exactly what it did.
yeah, I remember.
I just faded
Yeah.
myself throughout this play. I don't know what I was doing.
I did say I was gonna sell mines at 30, and I sold mines at 30. So I'm quite happy. I got some SOL back.
Yeah.
I bought it at 20, and then I lended it out. But yeah, this was a nice one, Solinvestor. You definitely brought this one out there. I bought it in, and the whole announcement, the whole hype on the Taiyo Pilots started playing out, and then when that whole movement started playing out, they finally stopped the whole process of applications, and then when the process of applications came out, then it started to move up because people wanted to buy in and get a Taiyo Pilot. And then miraculously, the gods, said that they were going to move out, and then more pump commenced after that because people are trying to look for the next Solana NFT #1 project. Which now,
Liquidity
in transition, we can talk about that subject now. What is going to be the Solana #1 project going forward with the gods out and Y00ts out? Zircon, what do you say?
I'm gonna do the easiest answer possible. That is gonna be ABC. I think
ABC?
AG is yeah. I see AG is a mastermind, and now with Frank out of the contest for #1, I think he's gonna build up to #1 for sure. I don't see. I mean, you have SMBs there, but in terms of what Frank and the gods mean to the Solana blockchain, I see ABCs. Yeah, that would be my hot take.
Now, ABCs and Solana Monkey Business, they've been flipping each other. ABCs went on top yesterday, maybe like 10 hours ago, by market cap. And then Solana Monkey Business today just took over the #1 spot. I mean, I don't include Steppen in here, but they've been going back and forth right now. Solinvestor, what do you say? What's going to be the #1 project in your theory for 2023? Let's just put it that way. 2023. Let's put in the theories.
Look, I don't consider Solana Monkey Business, even if they are #1. I wouldn't consider it. It's sort of like CryptoPunks, right?
Yeah.
Even if CryptoPunks flips Bored Apes, I mean, you still consider Bored Apes to be, the top project because they're actually building something, rather than being the top project because of historical significance, similar to Solana Monkey Business. It comes down to 3 projects, in my opinion. And those 3 projects are obviously Teos, ABC, and Jelly Esports. Honestly, the answer is going to be ABC, but look, I'm rooting for Teos.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Tom. I'm rooting for Teos. I think ABC will be the top project simply because, obviously, well. HGE just has so much connections within the space that regardless of what he's building, it's just going to get so much support and so much liquidity in it. Of course, HGE also has significantly more resources than Tom. But I mean, Tom has always been an underdog. He's always been the underdog, right? Ever since he derugged Teos. So look, I'm going to bet on Tom, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose that bet.
Interesting hot take there. HGE.SOL or Tom, some 2 good good names out there on the Solana ecosystem. Both have contributed very well. Tom from the beginning, taking over Solana by storm, and then Frank coming in from the left hook and then taking over the #1 spot in early 2022. Now it seems like Tom could potentially come back for the kill in 2023. But we have the underdog, HGE.SOL, in my opinion.
You think HGE?
No, you're right. You're right. I was trying to put a story behind here. I was trying to put a story. but HGE.SOL is coming in. One of them is gonna win. I think it's gonna be ABCs. I think ABCs are going to take the #1 spot on Solana, and I would exclude HGE.SOL. I would just include ABC community, because I think ABC, HGE.SOL is playing a big part of it. Like, no questions, he's building out hate swap. But I think the community right now in ABCs, they're taking this thing into another level. Like, I don't know who this guy is, Jay Burst, but he's basically buying the whole ecosystem. He bought a whole bunch of ABCs. He's telling everybody to buy ABCs. And I remember when he was telling everybody when it was like at 5 Solana, and he's basically been helping build out this community. And now with that, I think that the community as a whole, they're gonna build something else on ABC. Whatever HGE.SOL is doing with hate swap, they're gonna build something else, another project. ABC is gonna become bigger. Someone else is going to build something else on ABC because it's decentralized, it's immutable. It's gonna be a crazy NFT immutable project. I just don't know where this thing's going, and I that's why I think it's gonna be the #1 project. Now, as far as the second, Solana Monkey Business today just announced, well, not the project, but there was a proposal on Solana Monkey Business today, which is taking Solana by storm. It's crazy. They basically put out a proposal made by Cadence, made by Primitive Monkey, another big player on Solana, and Sol Big Brain, basically saying, let's put this Monkey DAO into a centralized organization, remove the bureaucracy, and put in, I think, 8 players in the executive branch with a CEO, which could potentially be Nam, and move forward in order to basically push this project into new levels. And right now, it seems like a lot of people are liking this proposal. It's going to move into the voting ranks, which is going to be voted on chain. And when this happens, I think Solana Monkey Business is going to be a big player. But I don't think they're going to reach ABCs for 2023. But we have a different proposal from another monkey. They're going back and forth, lots of fights, a lot of crazy fights going on there. But yeah, that's basically what I think. So we got 2 ABCs and 1 Taiyo Robotics. Solinvestor, Taiyo Robotics, Zircon and me, ABCs. We'll see where this goes 2023.
I'm switching my vote to Bodega Buddies.
Bodega Buddies. There's another one. Dude, that sounds that's a very underdog story. You just never know. It could potentially happen. These puppies, I don't think they're puppies, but these dogs could potentially, without Frank out there, there's a lot of potential for new founders. Yeah. So
I wouldn't be surprised if Easy comes out with the left hook and takes the #1 spot. It wouldn't shock me. Actually, it would. Yeah. But yeah, it wouldn't shock me.
It would shock me, but not to think about it. They have Nifty Alpha, which is a huge content creation platform that's mostly in Ethereum that will basically help out him deliver other types of content. And he's definitely has a lot of influence on Solana. I could definitely see some help there from just all these people with this project. That's another interesting point there.
Yeah, I wish I knew what the project was actually creating. But one thing I do know is that I think there's a lot of people who are going to be sitting on a lot of liquidity, just waiting for this one to hit. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see how Easy goes about it, what he does. He's seen projects pump to all-time highs. He's seen projects go to zero. Should be interesting. But if we're talking about sort of what are the new upcoming projects that could take that spot, right now I'm looking at Bodega Buddies.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
That is not the NFT. Is it though? Is there one on one? I don't even know.
Maybe it is. Oh, it's an AI version.
Oh, it's an AI version.
But yeah, it's some interesting hot takes. All right, so we also have something else. We have an upcoming NFT. I know with Zircon, when we had lots of mints going on, Zircon was in the dirt, finding all these mints back in the day. Then the mints died down, but we finally have something that we can feed off to Zircon, and it is called there's two of them. There's one called Degen Legends, which is I would say it's like a project, but it's basically building out this esports platform. What they're doing is they're building a community around esports. That's their first goal. Once they build this community of esports, then they're gonna start concentrating on the NFT, which is gonna be a 10,000 collection. So that's how they're gonna build this out. Growth within the community, then go in and growth within the NFTs. Zircon, just by looking at this, like, do you think this is somewhat doable on Solana? I mean, the mutual following is pretty high.
Yeah.
The art.
I mean the thing. I don't know, because I always thought that maybe going for things that are already working in the Web2 space were the way to go. But after being a Degen for almost a year, I can say that if you try to just copy things that are working on Web2 without the actual money, like without having a company behind you, it's really, really hard to take off. And a 10K collection is insane in these times. I mean, we've seen it with I think the only one that worked in the last month was Claynosaurz. So even needables are under mint, even though they're struggling to get up on price a little bit. Didn't do well, and now we have nomads tomorrow that I don't see it happening like really, really good, even though they are going to with a smaller mint price, with a cheaper mint price of, I think, one sol is, or three sol. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm still bullish on this kind of projects, trying to build things that are working, but it's gonna be hard. It's actually gonna be hard for them to take off.
Now look at these NFTs. I mean, they don't look bad.
No, even the website. The website is on point. I like it. But I don't know. Maybe when is this minting, Phil? Do we have a date already?
January 17. I think January 18 is when this is minting out.
Okay. They have time.
They did an initial raise.
Like 10 days.
They already done an initial raise. They went through investing Web3 seed rounds. I mean, these guys seems kind of serious. So, Solinvestor, what do you think?
I want to see who the investors are. I think it's written on the website.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, there is. Let's see. Maybe I can look around and try to find out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw it on the website. If you scroll up, yep, down. There you go.
Big Brain Holdings.
Big Brain Holdings, Solana Ventures. I mean, look, you already see those two names, and you are bullish. Look, I think this is a pretty cool idea. They may do well. I think esports is a long-term hold. We saw Jelly Rascals absolutely kill it. So there is proof of concept.
I was gonna ask, do we have any other than Jelly Esports? I mean, which ones are the projects competing for this esport NFT collection #1 position other than Jelly?
I mean, I only know about Jelly. I really haven't even heard about another project. They may or may not be, but no one's ever put it on my radar. So I just I have no idea.
I'm on the same page. That's
Yeah.
it, because that's the only one because maybe if we have just Jelly as a successful esport NFT collection, maybe it's as we always said, it's good to have some competition, and maybe if they don't have like clear competitors, they can do well actually. If
You know what's crazy is the actual team. Like these guys aren't just guys that like just gain and be like, let's build a community NFT project. These guys are actually legit champions. Like they champions in 2012 in League of Legends, which is Bankman's game, same Bankman's game. We have this guy who played a bunch of Web 2 where was it at? One TechCrunch. It just seems like these guys actually like are gamers. Content esports team, a resident content creator who got us for over 1.5 million on Twitch. I don't know. I mean, it seems kind of legit.
I actually might chase. I might try to get whitelist for this. It actually does look interesting. Look, we saw Jelly Rascals was. I actually just want to backtrack the Jelly Rascals price, because I know for months it was just sitting where it was and we weren't really seeing much movement. Once Carlos started making moves, this thing basically made its way up to 100 SOL. But yeah, I mean, basically from May until August, these things weren't really moving. They were just somewhat within their range. And in fact, at one point, they dropped all the way down to 5 SOL. That was in July. So, look, this is definitely going to be a high conviction play. You're going to have to jump on like the 12-hour chart for this one. Yes. So it seems like they came out in. I'm pretty sure this project is actually derugged. So
May 2022.
It probably was just ranging around there. It got rugged. It's probably when Carlos started coming in.
And got down to 7.55.
They actually went down to like maybe, when you look at the weekly chart, it doesn't really show everything, but I think they went down a little bit lower.
Wow. Yeah. That's interesting bringing this up.
Yes, if you're investing in this, you're probably going to hold it throughout Q1. Even if it does do well, you're probably going to end up holding it through Q1. And the 10K supply, I mean, sure, that's a little bit crazy, especially in current market conditions. That could change by the 18th. Jelly Rascals is like 6,700, something around there. So 10K is a little bit higher. Jelly Rascals is at 100 SOL. We'll see what these guys can do, but I'll definitely try to get whitelist.
So they already have a space built by their community on Portals, which is another pretty big type of metaverse project on Solana. That's another interesting thing, is that their community actually built this thing out. So it seems like they've been here for a little bit, building this out before the NFT project.
Oh yeah, and considering they have got funding from Solana Ventures, from Big Brain, they have to have some sort of proof of concept to provide these early stage investors.
Right.
Zircon, I actually think this is a good call. I'll definitely be keeping my eye on it.
Well, I just spoke with no research at all, and we're going further.
Right. We're just looking at this right now.
Every second.
Yeah. This is the first time we're all looking at this right now.
Yeah. Breaking down a project live on stream, I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. Earn legend tokens by staking your NFT for token. Enter the Degen Legend NFT arcade. So they're gonna have a token coming out, and this is their strategy on a token.
Raffles,
interesting
NFT
stuff.
Loot box. Yeah, they're going forward with all these gambling meta with loot boxes, NFTs, and gambling straight on prize pools. It's kind of interesting.
They
I've seen
raised
it
2
before.
million from Solana Ventures, Soul Big Rain. Okay.
So okay, so we have big names there as well.
I
This
didn't
could
know
be
Soul
interesting.
Buckets was a big venture out there. That's interesting.
Sorry, you didn't know which one was a big investor?
Soul Buckets, a
Oh.
VC.
Yeah, neither did I.
I thought he was a shit poster.
I thought he was a shit poster as well. Well, good for him, I guess.
yeah.
I'm gonna contact Danny on this one. See if we can get away this for the DAO.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll take
sure.
like 5 minutes to get it. Just like tell him we're looking for wireless spots. We get back to you in 5 minutes. Saying, all right, got 10 spots.
Make sure you guys follow Danny on Twitter. A cool Chad. How do you spell his name? Danny?
There you go. This is the third one. No. Go back on your.
Here it is.
There you go.
Yep, there you go.
Danny NFT.
Oh man, Danny's underrated.
Yeah.
But Matt, Phil,
Yeah.
another thing that you've been doing that has been annoying the shit out of me is how you're playing Saga Pass. Because here's the thing. I kept making bids for 3 SOL. You keep putting in these group bids for 3.21 SOL.
That was you? That was
You
you?
keep listing it for 4 SOL, and then I make bids on your NFT.
I didn't know that was you. I saw that. I was like, who the hell is this? I put it a little bit higher. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to Coral Cube right now on this. And I was pissed too because I was wondering who that was.
Give me a sec.
So I'm gonna
and I think I have bids on your NFTs as well because I'm trying to get them for 3 SOL.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yours are the ones listed at 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I keep making bids on this for 3 SOL, but no one's accepting my bids because someone put the insta sell at 3.21.
Yeah, that was me. So I put it at 4 SOL right now, and I basically stopped. I think I have one more, but I'm gonna remove it because I already have too much. I have like 3 Saga passes right now. So that's all I'm willing to put in right now. But
yeah, I'm trying to pick up 2 more. I'm trying to pick up 2 more.
That's funny. Dude.
Oh my god.
Because there's no one else on this pool. Because there's probably a little bit more now. Oh, there's a couple more now. 3.2, 2.5, 2.5, 1.9. I still have 2 on 3.21. Holy crap! I really got pissed off because I listed 3 now, but there's probably gonna be more people if they're watching this live stream. But that's crazy.
Yeah, I think the last project is BVD Cats. We picked these up at like 2.7. That's when we caught it on stream. They've gone up to about 3.75. I started re-entering again at 3.5, but honestly, I'm trying to pick them up at the there you go. I'm trying to pick these up at the low 3s. They've hinted at something called BVD Project. I assume that's going to be either out in the next few days or first week of next year. At least that's what I'm assuming. So we made around 30% on these, and now I'm sort of getting back in at lower entries. And I think they have another pump in them. I don't think this is like the main pump. So it should be interesting to see what happens with this project moving into next year.
I really like the lore around here on how they were a derivative project and then became their own unique image. That's really cool. But yeah, hopefully for me, hopefully it dumps down to where I can enter in, because I am actually digging this. But yeah, Zircon, what do you think? on either BVD
Yeah.
Cats or something else?
No, I like I've been following BVD Cats since Solinvestor mentioned them the first time, and it's pretty interesting. I fade the first call, and now that he mentioned, I was looking for the same thing, trying to at least go for maybe 3.4 with some bits or something like that to get some entry, because this could pump a little bit higher. This definitely can
Yeah,
pump a little bit higher.
yeah, I think they can go. They can go a little bit
3.6
higher.
on
Another
this. I
thing
saw.
I'm trying to enter into is Claynosaurz. So
Claynosaurz for sure. Oh, we haven't even talked
Oh.
about that.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
this
have
is
an AMA coming up on the 29th. So
oh,
yeah, they actually go. Their AMA starts around half an hour before we go live. So I'm waiting for these to retrace back to around 25 before I enter. I'm really not going to enter at 26 because if it's just sort of the team, just trying to connect to the community, really hear their thoughts on the project, etc., etc. These aren't really going to pump past 28, 29. If they actually have an announcement to make there, it might be interesting if they leak something. But of course, you're taking a chance with that. So I don't want to enter at 26 because my stop loss would be at around 23. If they don't announce anything, at most it's going to go to is 29, and that 1-to-1 ratio makes no sense to me. So waiting for these to drop down to maybe around 25, maybe below that. And I'll definitely enter this project within the next 24 hours. And then the AMA will be on the 29th, and we'll see what happens there. This is a quick flip, though. We're not trying to do a 2-3x here. We're just trying to get some SOL. We're just trying to grab some burgers and fries. That's all we're doing here.
Claynosaurz does
2x. Yeah. When you're talking about cosmic apes going from $11 to $19. Yeah, that's French fries and chicken fingers for y'all guys. So this is what we do. So.
Dude, I'm still going to buy like 10 or 20 of these once if it goes down to 1 SOL. I hope John doesn't tweet this. Like, John, if you're listening, please don't tweet this until I've picked up like 10 or 20. I can't wait for that entry because I sold my oil now, so I have that extra liquidity. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow hopefully on the 29th we make enough money to pay for dinner. That would be great.
Yeah, the whole Claynosaurz, just what they're building out, and this is one I probably should have added on that 2023 list of big projects. I think as far as market cap, this thing's gonna hit at the top 10. Right now, I think they're at the 20. Yeah, they're at 21 at 3 million market cap. For sure. I mean, I think they're gonna at least reach levels of Taiyo Robotics. I mean, I think people call me crazy, but it's only just a little bit more as far as market cap. But Claynosaurz, their whole animation studio service, I think it's gonna go farther than what they're doing themselves. I think it's gonna go farther to where they're gonna help out in Solana's ecosystem and rent it out somehow. But at 26 Solana, I mean, I'm getting scared. I'm getting scared right now because I am worried this thing could go higher and I'm not gonna get a chance to get a second one. Because I'm also hoping it'll go below 25, and then from there I'll get in at some point. But if it doesn't, well, crap. But that one person is getting me worried. His name is Japers, which I showed earlier. This guy's now tweeting about Claynosaurz. so when he does this crap freaking moves, and he's already throwing it out there after his whole ABC pump. He's now throwing out Claynosaurz, and I'm getting worried. So and it kind of aligns with this as well. So it could be maybe him. I mean, who knows? But I mean, as far as tweets, like people looking at his tweets. But yeah, I do think this with a 5%, it's definitely seems like the level where it's going to stay for a little bit before it moves a lot higher if there is a bullish announcement on what they're doing. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't quite know what to expect. They just did an airdrop. Their art is second to none. Uh, but really, I think this team still has a lot to prove. I don't know if they have somewhat set out everything to achieve a bunch of short-term goals whilst somewhat focusing on a long-term vision similar to the way Frank operates. Or are these guys, purely focused on sort of building out this huge animation studio that's going to live on the Solana blockchain, that's going to be the king of it all, and it's really like that huge long-term play similar to anybody's? I really don't know, and it'll be interesting to see what that AMA provides.
Yeah, Zircon, what you think?
I mean, we have discussed a lot about Claynosaurz and how we think they're gonna go high. I definitely think they're gonna go really, really high in the future. I'm really bullish on them. They proved to begin with, they proved that they could launch a 10K collection and be really, really successful on the day of the mint. They just with that they did a 3x on the mint day, on the reveal day. So that with just considering that and all the money that it's invested on them, and with all the proof of concept they already gave, I mean, this is one of those investments that you just do and know that if you hold it for long enough, you're gonna make money. It's as easy as that. I mean, there's not much to talk about them. You have make really, really solid points about them, and I think that if you have money to rely on, you could just buy a Claynosaurz and wait. That could be.
It, it's crazy that anybody's was mentioned because they're at 20 Solana right now. Just I was looking at this yesterday, and this one is also something I'm kind of itching on getting on, but I don't think another announcement is going to happen for another month or so on their next brand move. But
Yeah.
yeah, they definitely dipped a lot after that Toys R Us announcement. So interesting stuff. Now, any last words, Solinvestor, as we close this up?
Yeah, I mean, look, market's still moving. It's going to be a great next year, and everyone enjoy your holidays. Have a happy new year. We'll see everyone again come Thursday. I think that'll be the last show of the year, and hopefully next year, Y00ts does well on Polygon.
For sure. Zircon, what you got?
I mean, hopefully we have a 2023 as good as the beginning of the 2022, and that maintains and doesn't wrecked off mid half year, and we're struggling again. I'm really, really happy with the Solana ecosystem right now. I mean, even though I love mints and minting and flipping stuff, I mean, going to a more healthy trading environment where you just buy on secondary place, and that you're not gonna like lose everything in just one move because you're putting your money on some crazy Degen that you don't even know, gives me good vibes. And hopefully we see Lunar pumping, Claynosaurz pumping, and the whole Solana ecosystem carry on after the Y00ts and Degods bridging to Ethereum and Polygon.
Nice take. Now, what I want to say was for 2022, looking back, we had a crazy year. From the beginnings of buying NFTs at $250 and going to basically what we have now, which is a whole different Solana ecosystem. And I met two guys who I definitely appreciate and am joyous on meeting them in my life, which you have Solinvestor and Zircon. So these things I would have never known. I would have would have happened in my life. So I'm glad I met these two fellas here in this ecosystem, and just a lot of things to go forward with 2023. And I think Solana's going to go in a good path for this year. Probably not the beginning of the year, probably the end of the half. And I'm gonna be here for it. So Happy New Year, everybody, and enjoy your New Year's with your family and friends. So much love to you guys, and peace. Hope I didn't put any tears. Any